نرحب
نرحب
بطلاب
بطلاب
دولة
دولة
إمارات
إمارات
في
في
UCB.
UCB.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh,
Why specifically UK?
What are the most required courses?
living expenses. Birmingham is the most diverse city in the entire Europe.
University College Birmingham, the official agent for South Asia and Middle East. EdLogica.
Hello everyone, welcome to our show. So today we have Mr. Bharat, Associate Director International for University College Birmingham. So hi Bharat, and how are you today?
I'm really well. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you to the entire team at EdLogica and UAE for doing this. I'm here today enjoying Dubai and the nice scenic view of EdLogica and UAE's office, and looking forward to the session.
Thank you so much, and I'm 100% sure this interview, like this session, gonna be a very interactive session for everyone. So let's start from a few major questions. So you are representing a UK university. So
Yeah.
when we talk about the study destinations, okay, there are few options that a student can choose, but why specifically UK?
So as we have seen this, UK is the hub for education of the world, and we know there are other countries such as the likes of US, Canada, and Australia, and New Zealand where students do want to go. However, in my best opinion, I am saying from a point of view where I was an international student at one point of time. It was decades ago. So from my perspective, where I stand, and as per UK currently right now in the education sector, UK education has been classified as one of the best in the world. The best part is the choice that the student has. It's not an extensive choice. In the UK higher education structure, you only have around 130 to 135 universities, and they're all public funded universities. So the choice that a student has to make is not extensive, where in US you have over 50,000 universities where a student has to figure out where they have to go and where they don't have to go. So one of the answers to your question is there is a small pool of universities that a student has to choose from. However, the education in the UK has been, as I said earlier, has been regarded as one of the best in the world, and UK pioneers when it comes to research and skill-based activities of the world. I think so. What we are seeing in the current world frame, research and skill are the two things which are required in each and every single nation. So building upon that, I think so UK is one of the most prominent place for students to go to. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay, so students, when they want to study and they look for a university, they really get confused when choosing a university. So what advice you can give these students?
If students are planning to come to UK to study, then I believe the easiest way for students to make that informed decision for themselves. In UK, we have league tables where it provides you an idea about which university rankings are where. However, if league tables is something that the students don't want to believe, there is a platform called as What Uni that tells you exactly which university has done what in which place. What Uni is basically the platform which is made by the students in a way. It's more of a feedback mechanism for students to talk about how well they are doing in the university, and it's a completely unbiased platform. And why I'm saying unbiased in that case is because a student puts down a feedback about their own university, a current student. So it's good for the other students who are planning to make a decision. Let's say somebody sitting in South Asia or somebody sitting in Middle East, for example, wants to make a decision about coming to UK, and they want an unbiased critique on a university that they want to go for. Being international students, they can just simply go on the website of What Uni and see what other students are saying about this university. And then league tables can guide in terms of which course they want to pick up on, which universities in the league tables are on which standing. However, I think so for a student, it is very necessary as to which part of UK they want to go for in terms of doing what kind of education they want to pursue. For somebody who wants to pursue business, but they only want to pay this amount of money, they can entirely formulate their studies in which perspective they want to move forward for the international education. So I think so there are some platforms which they can use to get the necessary guidance. However, these days I believe students are more into technology, so pretty much everything is in their hand. They can literally, with one swipe, they can find all the information. So hopefully they can make that informed decision.
All right. So can you tell our audience why students should choose University College Birmingham? So what are the advantages of student get when they studying at University College Birmingham?
So for University College Birmingham, I would say it's a very vocational skill-based university. It's not a research-oriented university, which kind of so with the current phenomena which we are seeing, as I mentioned earlier, in the world, skill is something that is very vital to each and every single country in the world right now. We are seeing every single country around the world is going towards their 2030 targets. Even, let's say, in the parts of Middle East, Saudi right now is going for their hospitality target for 2030. Dubai, in the same end, is looking towards skill in terms of nursing, healthcare, and hospitality and tourism industry. So we are seeing that phenomena, and that's where the synergy matches to us as a university. University College Birmingham has been always a skill-led university. The courses that University College Birmingham has, no other traditional university will have. We are one of the best when it comes to Masters in Culinary Arts Sciences of the world. We are one of the only university that provides Masters in Culinary Arts, where other universities do not provide you that kind of education. Again, we do things like prosthetics, which Masters in Prosthetics you would not have heard many other universities doing. University College Birmingham does that. One of the best thing about University College Birmingham, which I can say, is that we are in partnership with the University of Warwick. Some of the courses at University College Birmingham are accredited by University of Warwick. And University of Warwick is one of the most top esteemed institution in the world. It's top 5 in the UK and top 50 in the world. So a student can come to UCB. However, once they finish studies, they will get a University of Warwick degree. So it's a beautiful relationship between two UK institutions, how they have combined together, and this is benefiting the next, the next generation in that case. So I think my reasoning towards why UCB is on these grounds.
That's amazing. I think when we are talking about the universities and their offerings, I think University College Birmingham is offering something wonderful. So that's amazing. So student can spend like affordable amount, and they can start their higher studies, and at the same time they can get recognized qualification. That's amazing. So over to you.
Regarding the undergraduate programs and master, I want to know the key courses or the key major courses that UCB offer for students.
Okay. Because UCB offers both the courses, undergraduate and postgraduate, the key courses that we can say, most of our courses run for, so we have 2 intakes at University College Birmingham. We have our September intake and our January/February intake.
Spring.
So most 90% of our courses are run for both the intakes, whereas for other universities, they run some of the courses for September, but they don't run them in the next intake, which is the January intake. Whereas for UCB, we run. So if I have to mark the courses, I would say for our undergraduates, we have our business and enterprises, we have our business management, we have our finance and accounting, computer science, we have digital marketing, we have culinary arts management, we have aviation management, we have specialist hair, media and makeup. We have got international hospitality and management. We have got.
What are the most required courses?
I think so. When we consider international students, these are basically all the courses are available for all the international students. We have seen a surge of students coming into our hospitality faculty, because hospitality is something of a target for the countries around the world, and we, as being very skilled when it comes to the hospitality side of the industry, we provide some fantastic courses in that. Over to that also, on the side of it, we also provide events management course where a student can not only learn about the hospitality side, but they can also do which is a part of the industry in itself. So I think so. me picking specifically upon what are the major courses might not help, because most of the courses are available for university, for international students, except the fact that for nursing and physiotherapy, we accept nursing students also on the normal requirements. However, for physiotherapy, we accept students on international GCSEs, not from their own country higher secondary schooling or their degrees, but we only consider student. So that is the only one or two courses which I can say which are different from rest of the courses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the entry requirements? So we definitely should, I think students should know about the entry requirements. So what are the entry requirements that the students should fulfill to enroll with University College Birmingham?
If I have to generalize the entry requirement, I think so the easiest way to generalize the entry requirements are, because every country has a different requirement, let's put it this way,
Yes,
because
yes.
students come from all around the world.
Exactly.
So in order to generalize that entry requirement, I think so for any student who is planning to come to UCB for a bachelor's degree, undergraduate degree, the entry requirement would be their high school should be at a 65% marks in that case. So they should have completed their high school with 65% marks or 65%. Whereas for students who are coming to do postgraduate or master's degree at University College Birmingham, they need to have a 2-2, which we call in the UK, or a 60% in their bachelor's degree. And according to that, students might have the English requirements, English language test requirements. We accept English language tests we do accept all sorts. We accept IELTS, TOEFL, IBT. We do accept Pearson, PTE. We have an array of English language tests that we accept. But again, their classification in terms of, if I have to say IELTS, we accept IELTS at a 5.5 in individual category, but a 6 overall. So again, those are the elements of English language that we accept. And the rest of the requirements are just normal, that you need to have your financial requirements ready, which is for the UK Home Office in that case. But again, if somebody is very keen to come and study at University College Birmingham, we have our channel partners who support, such as yourself, to provide the details for the university and what are the requirements when it comes to applying for visas.
Okay, Tab, what can students do to improve their chances of being admitted regarding the entry requirements?
I think so. One of the things that I certainly can say, that students, they need to be on top of their application procedure. A lot of students think once they have provided their details after the channel partner, they think the channel partner has to do everything. However, it is as much as a responsibility of a student to be involved in that process, to make sure that they are getting the necessary outcome of their application from the university through, if they have applied through channel partner, then it becomes a responsibility of both student and the channel partner to get that information out. We do say that certain documentation should be of a certain quality set. So let's say if a student is applying for a bachelor's degree at University College Birmingham, and university has asked for a 65% on their high school certificate, and knowingly that they do not have that, and they're still trying to apply and asking for an offer, would not support them, because that basically there is no chance. However, where a student has already submitted details and they know the requirements are of a certain subset or of a certain requirement set, then I would say then they need to make sure that they are providing the right documentation. One part of that documentation could be the case where a university like us, we will ask for a letter of reference. A letter of reference has to be from one of their, either from their employee or from their academic, but they can't provide in that case a letter of recommendation which was given to them 5 years back, and they think that it's still, it still applies today. It's not. It's 5-year-old information about this particular student. It does not apply. So I think so. Those are the kind of things that a student should note when they're submitting documentation, because these are the things which delay a student application process.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, sometimes we are talking to the students, like we are do programs, and most of the students say UK is very costly when it's come to the living cost. And what do you think about it? Is it actually costly? What's your thought on that?
I think so. If a student is planning to come to UK, one of the things that the UK Home Office has already published as information for the student is So there are two things that the student needs to understand if they're going to be going to a university in London, right? The cost in London is higher because the standard of living is higher in London, whereas cost outside of London is less. So let's consider somebody who's coming down to Birmingham to study at University College Birmingham. The cost would be pretty much for their living expenses. Their living expenses cost, as per the UK Home Office, stands at £9,300, which they have to show for 9 months, because that's what they have to show for their. But again, it depends upon a student how much they spend, right? I, as an individual, if I have to go today and study in an international country and spend, I would know how much I want to spend in the first place. But there are students who don't worry about spending because they are supported enough by the family to be able to make those. But this question of UK being expensive, I would say I have gone through that part of mine in my journey 10 years back when I was a student. And I would say that UK is far more cheaper when it comes to other countries in the world, when it comes to living, because you can always look into your living costs by doing certain things and by buying certain things which are cheaper than others. So there is always that way. So maybe I am not answering it directly. However, I can definitely say to you, when it comes to living expenses, Birmingham is the most diverse city in the entire Europe, and it's the most youngest city in the entire Europe. So young population is coming in quite a lot into Birmingham. There might be a reason. So there might be a reason that as to what the outside environment says it is cheap or it is expensive, there is a certain element that these new sets are coming out where a lot of people are coming into Birmingham. There has to be a reason for that. And one of the reasons might be that the living costs are not as high as what it is told and what it is speculated outside.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
can students get work experience while they earn their degree?
Absolutely. As in at University College Birmingham, we are very active on that part. Most of our courses have an internship or a placement option in it. Some of the courses have internship or a placement as a part of the entire course, but some of the courses have optional internship and placement. Again, if you as a student come to UCB, if you are to do, let's say for example, if you are to do culinary arts, your internship would be mandatory in that case. You will have to go through a mandatory internship. Whereas, let's say if you go with a hospitality course or you go with an accountancy course, and if you say, I really want to do an internship, which is an optional in this case, we have a department in the university called as Hired. The department is there to support students throughout their journey while they're at University College Birmingham studying there, to support them with internship options, with internship options, their placement options, in terms of career prospects advice later on in once they are finishing degree, building their CV. So anything that a student wants, they can go straight to Hired, and Hired as a department supports them. Before even the students start their course, in the initial part when they are actually starting their journey with us during their admission, during their enrollment cycle, which we call it as, they get to meet the tutors from Hired, who will then stay with them throughout the entire year. And they have that level of communication with them where they can go and meet this mentor or tutor or employability tutor that we call them as at the university, and they support them throughout that journey. So, which is one of the best things, and we are very proud at University College Birmingham.
All right. So now, when we are traveling from country to another country, we feel homesick. We are away from the families, we are away from our friends. Now, homesick is a serious problem. So, how the university is supporting those type of students to overcome from that problem?
University in itself has student services, health and well-being department.
Okay.
So we have a mental health and well-being colleagues in the university that are there to support students. We have our student guild also that supports the student. And in order to look after their physical state, we have an actual nurse in the university that is there. But as I believe the question that the question was about students feeling homesick. Students have created their societies. Any student is allowed to create a society in the university. So let's say, for example, students from South Asia have created societies for themselves where quite a lot of them come together, they celebrate their culture, they celebrate their festivals within the university. One of the best part was Indian students created their Indian society, and they celebrated Diwali in the university, and that Diwali was then highlighted in one of the prime TV news channel of UK. I don't know whether you have heard ITV. ITV covered that event, and it was advertised. It basically came on the news as the prime news that University College Birmingham students were celebrating Diwali in the university, which is in itself it's a big streak, but that tells you that students have that level of community within the university, that university supports them through the department, whereas students then are given this, that they can create their own little communities within the university and they can enjoy. Another thing which might help is, as I said earlier, Birmingham is the most diverse city, and it has been ranked as the most diverse city. So we have a lot of ethnicities within Birmingham itself that gives you a feeling of being at home always. And university within itself, we have quite a diverse range of students. So it gives you that element of, yes, you are away from home, but you are still at home, you know?
Yeah. Okay, after graduation, is there any department at the university that can help students find a job or prepare them for the job market, and how the student's life will be after graduation?
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, we have the higher department.
Yes.
So higher department is somewhat...
This one for students who are still students.
Yeah, and they also support the students in that case who are looking for a career prospect after the university. Mm-hmm. So in terms of the guidance, everything is given by the higher department, whether you are a current student or whether you are leaving us or whether you are an alumni. We also have career talks. We also support with career talks for students who have already left us. So if we have a graduate who has been out in the market for 3 years and now all of a sudden needs support in terms of finding and guidance in that case into the industry, whichever sector it is, we have our staff members who then support the alumni also in that case.
That's great.
So high department's major role is to support a student current journey, but also if they require any support and guidance once they have left us or while they're leaving us.
Okay, so we would like to thank you for sharing these key information with us, and last advice that you share with students.
Okay, for me, as in from an international perspective, I think so students should always think of starting their application procedure earlier than they think, because if you are to come to a university in the UK, and I'm talking about universities in the UK, but especially for UCB, if they wish to come down to study at UCB, the timing for a September intake, they should always consider starting their process earlier than later, because a lot of what I personally, and I know us as international, would not like to see disappointed faces where a student thinks that they can come to a certain intake, but they have not done their necessary, they have not done the necessary research, and they have not done their entire admission procedure on time. That is one biggest thing that every student faces at some point of time. So my advice is start your process earlier than you think that you should start your process. So yeah.
Okay, and in the end, we want you to welcome UAE students at your university, but in Arabic.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yes. How would you want me to do that?
So I say word by word in Arabic, and you say it after me.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'll try my level best.
Okay. Okay. So we start.
نرحب
بطلاب
دولة
إمارات
في
UCB.
Yeah. Amazing. Oh, that was not that bad. Okay. So at least now I can start speaking Arabic.
Yeah. Okay, thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.